to report that right now we have all the choices, which is the good news.
But we had, actually, I could explain, we had 3 million capsules. We had 3 million capsules available of additional astaxanthin. So that's all we had available to make more astaxanthin. So the last 3 million capsules, if you look at a 360 capsule supply, that will make roughly, I think, about 8,000 or 9,000 bottles. So we had enough to make an additional 8,000 or 9,000 bottles. I think we're now down to the last 1,000 or 2,000 bottles of the bundles, and that will be it. Because then we run out of astaxanthin. But you need not worry. Of course, the most popular is the Ultimate Eye. So you have all of the 4 sizes of Ultimate Eye fully available. We're just on our last available supply with astaxanthin.
That's it. So I'm going to show you what the choices are. In case you're seeing this for the first time, you may have been busy today, you may have been watching something else and your channel surfing by. I want to be sure you know that this is the last look at midnight, which is a little more than 1 hour from now. This offer expires, and you will not see this offered like this again for at least a year, so sometime in 2016. So let me show you what the choices are real quickly. It's just been a hit. 31,000 bottles have been spoken for. Last we checked, the big bundles, which we'll get to in a second, are very limited. Last we checked, we were down into the hundreds here, so these are very, very limited at this point. A 40, a 120, a 360, a 720. That is the choice of the single bottle of the Ultimate Eye Support. The single most comprehensive and effective eye product available on the market. Period. All natural, easy to swallow, no additives, nothing. Just all pure goodness for your eyes. 40, 120, 360, 720. At midnight, the 720 will be over $300. This is actually slightly conservative because we don't normally sell this size. The 720 is brought in just for the today's special. We normally sell the 360 size. You'd have to buy 2 of those to hit the to get 720. It would actually go over.
It'd be 320 plus
exactly
about 350 with shipping
with the
and
shipping and handling, precisely. So tonight, for $159.90, you're getting the 720. You're saving actually well over that $140.
What everyone should know, there's 5 flex on that, so you have 5 roughly $30 payments.
Right.
But you have to understand, taking 2 capsules a day, that's a year's supply. So you have 7 more months after those payments are done. And if you took 1 capsule a day, which still increases your lutein and zeaxanthin intake versus your diet by probably 500, 600, 700%. Even at 1 capsule a day, you're talking about a 2-year supply. So it really is dramatically more affordable today. It's half price. You're getting twice the quantity for the normal price, and we are able to do this once a year. We won't be doing this again until sometime in the middle of 2016, so it's not as though you're going to see a Today Special next month or the month after at a better price than this. It's not going to happen. So this is the best opportunity to get both of those ingredients that we've ever had.
The runaway hit this whole visit, this whole day today, has been the bundles, because for the very first time, Andrew has taken one of his most popular products, the Ultimate Eye Support, and he's bundled it with astaxanthin. There are 2 choices. A 360 bundle where you get a 360 Ultimate Eye with a 180 size of the astaxanthin, or the 720 Ultimate Eye with a 360 size bottle of the astaxanthin. The thing that's so remarkable about this, if you take a look, for example, just to get 360 capsules of the Ultimate Eye, let's go here. That would be $160. That's our regular price for that. You're getting it for $10 less. $10 less, and that does not count the $90 bottle of astaxanthin that we are including at no charge. So literally, it's like getting this for this big bottle for $10 less, and then this bottle for free. And then if we go to the 720 size, check this out. The 720 bottle we were talking about earlier, that's over $300, about $319 actually to get that many capsules. So you're getting that, and then on top of that, you're getting a 360 count bottle of astaxanthin that we sell for $150. So this is over $300. This is $150. You're conservatively at $450 here. This is our price today, $239.90. You're saving hundreds of dollars. So that's why so many people are stocking up, ordering it for the first time. Or like a lot of us, I today ordered the big bundle because I am not taking astaxanthin, so I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to take it because basically we're not really having to spend anything for it when you start doing the math. This is lowest price per capsule that we've ever been able to offer on the Ultimate Eye Support. And the greatest thing about it is that when you hear the testimonials, when you hear the research, it's so compelling. It's really hard to say no to these products when you hear the wonderful benefits that are available to us.
And we often talk about the product reviews as testimonials. we just talk about them that way because they're so positive. They're just product reviews.
You're right.
It just so happens on both of these products, we're talking about the reviews are 95% positive.
Yep.
And when you read the reviews, you're reading reviews that speak about the impact they're having on their vision, the impact they're having on their quality of life. And I think when it comes, typically we're more inclined to write a review when we might have something negative to share. I think with my products, the reason why they're so heavily reviewed is we rarely have good things to say about supplements. So I think people are so surprised when they get these products home and they actually perform. And the reason why is, I've said this before, when you think about what I say during my shows, most of what I say are either I'm talking about the content of the reviews or I'm just talking about the content of the science. It's one of those two things. The products are simply designed based upon your requirements and based upon the requirements of the science. So if all I do is focus on those two things, that's what the products are. And that's why they perform. Because of course we're not basing them on science that isn't going to give benefits. So these ingredients, lutein and zeaxanthin, are not some ingredient that people often have the misconception that there's something that works on our eye like a medicine or a drug that fixes something in our eye, that corrects something. No, they're part of the basic design of our eye. They're how our eyes work. They're the optical pigments in our eye. They're part of our ability to see. And even better, it's such a brilliant design that not only are they part of the machinery that helps us see, they're the most important ingredients in the protection of our lifetime of vision because they protect us from the damage that vision requires. So actually seeing, allowing radiation in our eyes is inherently going to cause damage. It's just a fact of life. Radiation does that. But then when you consider that the ingredients that allows us to function visually are also ingredients that protect us from a lifetime, it's a brilliant design. It's a brilliant design if we get those ingredients, but the way we eat in this country, we don't. So unfortunately, we're left either suffering the consequences of not having those ingredients, or we intelligently supplement. You don't have to get my product, but I recommend you get at least 5 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin every day. We're giving you 10 and 4, but I recommend you get at least 5 and 2, that you get at least 50 to 100 milligrams of standardized bilberry extract, that you also get some gamma-tocopherol, that these are ingredients that are critical to your good vision today and your good vision over the course of your lifetime.
That's it. And right now, the good news is we have all the choices. If Andrew were not the manufacturer, this would have been long sold out. These big bundles were gone. Andrew, you know, it's a very unique opportunity here to get to, you know, watch television, learn from the individual who does the research, who manufactures every product, makes those products right here in the U.S. in Henderson, Nevada. They're made with solar energy. Every single thing about these products is done to the absolute highest possible integrity. Right down to the bottles that are used, they're recyclable, they're made out of recyclable plastic. Every single thing in those products are natural. These are all natural ingredients. You don't have to worry about any fillers, nothing artificial. So it's just such a great thing. You're supporting this amazing American success story. You are doing something wonderful for yourself and for your health. And when you think about the long-term benefits of taking better care of your eyes, you know, it's something that I was saying earlier. Yourself in 20 years will look back and thank you. Your future self will say thank you so much for caring, for doing something this easy, because this is really easy. You know, I always say taking care of ourselves, you know, we all have good intentions, but it's not as easy as we'd like it to be. You know, it's hard to eat perfect every day. It's hard to get to the gym every day. It's hard to do all the things that we want to be able to do to be healthy. This is easy. This is the easiest thing. You make a financial commitment to it, but you have to do that to the gym, and you have to do that to diet and all those other things too. So this is a financial commitment that you make, but then you keep it. It's the easiest commitment to make, and I think it's one of the reasons that we all love it so much, because you make the investment. It's a second a day to swallow this capsule. You're doing something wonderful and remarkable for yourself, for the health of your eyes. So, and it makes you feel good. You know, there's something very psychological about every day, no matter what you do that day, when you take your vitamins, you know you've done something really good for your body, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good about yourself when you do it.
And it's a simple fact of life.
Do you hear that from people? That,
all the time.
When they get on these regimens, you just...
It's one of the big concerns that used to hear from government or regulatory bodies when I got in this industry 35 years ago was that, oh, if people start thinking by taking these vitamins, they're giving themselves what they need, then they're going to stop thinking about their diet.
It's the opposite.
It's just the opposite. Once folks start realizing and making the connection between the ingredients in a product like this, they tend to actually eat better.
Right.
So the best thing we could do is educate folks about the importance of these ingredients, and the next thing you know, they're also getting them from their diet. Because when it comes to our eyes, it is a simple fact of life. They are going to change over the course of our lifetime. There's no escaping that fact. And there's also just incredible research, both epidemiologic research, which means looking at large populations, or clinical studies that says the degree to which those changes are going to impact us positively or negatively depends upon the availability of things like lutein and zeaxanthin and the protective nutrients that are not just protective but also constitute the ingredients necessary for healthy vision. That I'll read some research charts that talk about the benefits of making sure that we have lutein and zeaxanthin, not just for a lifetime of protecting the macula and the retina of our eye, but also for protection against glare today. And we talked about this before when we drive. Night vision is important if you're going to drive at night. The ability to contend with glare is important if we drive at night or certainly during the day. So these are all things, the clarity of our vision, our visual acuity, are very important to our safety and the safety of others when we drive. Someone was talking about in a couple of the reviews that they were more confident going in and taking their eye test to retain their driver's license, and how losing our driver's license is a huge thing in terms of loss of freedom, loss of mobility. But even beyond having good vision to pass our driving test, we know not to drive impaired, drinking and driving and things like that, of course. But don't we deserve the best vision possible when we drive? And lutein and zeaxanthin are a critical part of that visual system that gives us the sharpest vision, allows us to contend with glare and some of the very difficult and challenging circumstances we have when we drive. And we're driving at high rates of speed. We have to react quickly. Lutein and zeaxanthin are concentrated in the brain, where the visual processing of that information and our physical activities stem from our ability to process that visual information. So
it really is
important.
True. It absolutely
Very
is.
important.
If you do have a minute, you should read some of the reviews because they are inspiring. It's really nice when people take the time to share their personal experiences, and because there are well over 1,000 perfect 5-star reviews. I mean, that is really saying something, because this is not
1,200 reviews.
Exactly. So this is not just a product that you're taking it, and because the research is behind it, that you know it's going to do well for you. You actually see a difference when you take it. That's why we all love it, is because we literally notice a difference by taking this product. And then, of course, when Andrew shares the research, those long-term benefits of doing what we can now to help take care of our eyes. And it doesn't matter your age. You could be in your 40s, you could be in your 90s. This is a product that can help every one of us. We're seeing people say that they start taking it, they go back to their eye doctor a few months later, and their eye doctors notice a difference in the health of their eyes. So these are the ingredients. It's interesting. These are the God-given ingredients. Our body does not make these ingredients. So the only way we can get it is by supplementing it or by getting these ingredients in our diet. And although a lot of us do our best to, eat the green leafy vegetables and eat the berries and do what we're supposed to do, we're not doing that on a daily basis, most of us, and we're not getting it in abundance the way, we would like. So I think this is the easiest way, and just the simplest way, and really such an affordable way. It comes down to pennies a day to do something wonderful for your eyes every day. On top of that, if you're getting the bundles, and most of you are, that astaxanthin, we could probably talk for an hour about astaxanthin. We didn't, it's here in this offer this time because people have been asking you to do this as a today's special.
Astaxanthin has gotten so much exposure and so much publicity of late, and certainly lutein and zeaxanthin are the optical pigments present in the macular region of our eye. But astaxanthin, it passes through the blood-brain barrier. It offers its protective benefits to our brain. It also actually has cardiovascular benefits in terms of supporting heart health as well. So astaxanthin is something, in terms terms of close work, computer work, the accommodation that comes from all the challenges we give to our eyes, the way we live, astaxanthin has moved to the top of that list. But I was going to read some. You started talking about reviews. I'll read some more. I really have been deficient on reading the reviews. We have a couple of hundred here. If I've read 40 all day, it's a lot. I really haven't read enough of them. I'll read a few now, and then I'll read some of the science. I've done a pretty good job covering the science. And it says, love, love, love. This is the best eye vitamin I've found. It includes good amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin without the massive doses of vitamin A, which vitamin A, preformed vitamin A, is unhealthy. It shouldn't be consumed in a supplement. So that's unfortunately what a lot of eye vitamins put in, which is they do it because it's cheap and it's misconstrued as being beneficial for adults.
Wow.
Andrew Lessman provides...
Gee, that's too bad.
It is, very too bad. Wholesome vitamins without fillers, which is almost impossible to find in most other vitamins. It is impossible to find. Thank you, Andrew, for caring for your customers.
Boy.
I can tell already. I have been having some issues with my eyes. I saw this product and decided to try it. Whatever was going on has stopped. I never knew there was a vitamin for your eyes. They are important to have. I will never be without these. Great product, as always, Andrew.
Excellent.
Retina exam perfect. I've been taking the Ultimate Eye Support supplement for about 5 years now. I have diabetes, so I really have to be careful with my eyes. Again, if you have type 2 diabetes, it affects more than just the blood sugar, and it's something that has a significant impact on your vision and the way your vision will progress over the course of your lifetime. I went to the eye doctor for an annual exam today. He said my retinas were perfect and in great shape. He was very supportive of my continuing to take your product. He complimented the completeness of the formula.
Good.
Very nice. Thank you, Andrew. One less major thing to worry about. Catherine in Georgia.
Nice.
The eyes have it. Once again, Andrew has another wonderful product. I feel I owe it to myself and my husband to take responsibility to care for a part of the body people take for granted. But from family experience, sight can be there one day and fading a few months later. We've decided to take advantage of Andrew's excellent formula to help us keep our eyes as healthy as long as possible. And that really sums it up.
That's what it's all about.
Ultimate Eye Support. I've been taking these vitamins for about 7 years. Today, I had my yearly eye exam, and I'm happy to say my eyes have stayed the same for the last 4 years.
Wow.
Thanks, Andrew, for this great product. My eye doctor told me to keep taking them. I think this is great news. I will continue to take the Ultimate Eye Support.
These are awesome.
Oh, we have. It's there. You just need to read them at hsn.com. Andrew Lessman has done it again. This is a great product. I bought it for my husband as he had just had major eye surgery to reattach his retina. Detached retinas are quite common. Again, this is not a cure, treatment, prevention, but this provides components of the optical pigment in the retina itself. His doctors were amazed with his recovery speed. This was the second eye for this surgery. The first operation's recovery was much longer without this supplement. I am now using it myself. Will not be without it. As I often say,
so you just want to applaud some of these? These are fantastic.
When you give your body what it needs, your body knows to concentrate lutein and zeaxanthin at more than 1,000 times the concentration of any other part of your body in the macular region of your retina. Relaxing your eyes. I can tell you that this product has definitely made a difference in my vision over anything of quality that I have tried. The first thing I noticed was how more relaxed my eyes felt after just 3 days. I don't squint in the bright sun. Again, that has to do with glare and accommodation of glare. The brightness doesn't affect my eyes now. It's a relief to have my eyes feel this good again. From Kat in Florida.
Excellent, Kat.
Seems to be helping. I've used several of Andrew's products over the years, so I felt good about trying this one. After working the night shift for over 13 years, my eyes are feeling the strain of low lighting. I started to notice a difference after about a week. You only get one set of eyes, so why not do everything you can to take care of them?
It's true. Can't trade them in for a new pair.
No. And what's wonderful, what's been shown in the research, that if you have a lifetime without adequate lutein or zeaxanthin, when you deliver it, your body forgives you and it reconstitutes the lutein and zeaxanthin. So it's never too late. Ultimate Eye Support, I was having a lot of problems with my eyes watering every morning. It was an inconvenience, particularly after applying my makeup for the day. I don't know which component of Andrew's products acted upon it, but now I don't have excessive watering of my eyes. I love it when natural vitamins, minerals, and supplements can make a difference in my quality of life. And that's what we're all about. We'll read one more.
Okay.
We see eye to eye. I gave these to my mother who has eye problems, and the very first time she took a capsule, she noticed a difference.
Wow.
That's a bit rapid.
Yeah.
She was so happy to have received these that she wanted me to order another bottle so she would have them on hand. My mother just cannot say enough about how wonderful these work. I ordered them too. So, and I really encourage you to go to hsn.com. We have, again, over 1,000 reviews there. We don't remove the bad reviews. It just so happens that 95% of them are positive. So it really speaks volumes about the quality of this product.
That's it. I'm going to give you a final update as to what's available. That is a snippet of the feedback we are getting from our customers who have already purchased this product. You will love this product, and if you don't, you get to send it back. So at the very least, make a flex payment around $30, get them home, try them for 30 days. You have an unconditional money-back guarantee. That's plenty of time for you to see if they don't make a difference. So you decide, do you want just the Ultimate Eye Support, which is normally what we do as a Today Special. We've never bundled it before with astaxanthin, so this is a first for us. So you do just the Ultimate Eye Support in whichever size you'd like, or you do the bundles. We have a couple hundred left in each of the bundle sizes, which is the great news. So whether you want the biggest bundle, which is a 720 360, or you want the second biggest bundle, which is a 360 180, those are still available at this point. And then of course you can also just do the singles if you'd like to, and a lot of you are choosing to do that as well. You may want to stock up with the 720, that way you are set. If you take one a day, it's a couple of years. If you take two a day, I take two a day. Depends on what you decide to do, but a lot of us take two a day, so that 720 is going to be pretty much a year's supply for you, which is great. So whatever works for you, a flex payment gets it home. Get started on it. You will be so happy you did. That's the whole thing. At the end of the day, you think of all the things we spend our money on. To me, this is the most important thing that I buy from HSN. And that says a lot for me because, you know, I love to shop and I love jewelry and makeup and clothes and all of those wonderful things, but none of that matters if we don't have our health. It really doesn't. And so I think that once you discover what a difference products like this can make, it's something that you're happy to make the investment. Makes you feel good about making that investment in you, in your health. Can't put a price on your eyesight. I mean, you just cannot. This is a priceless, God-given gift that most of us are blessed to have. So it's one little thing we do to be grateful. I think that's what this is about. It's almost like you're giving thanks every day when you take your vitamins. You're grateful for your health.
And they actually say it's that the simple feeling of gratitude is one of the most healthy feelings to have. That if we're feeling stress or anxiety or depression or whatever things might be going on, if we can muster a feeling of gratitude, it tends to displace all those other feelings. So having a feeling of gratitude is a good thing. And if when you take vitamins, if you have that feeling of gratitude, that's a wonderful thing. And when we talk about these ingredients, it's something that I always talk about. With drugs, you have side effects. With the ingredients in my products, you tend to have side benefits. That there's a wide body of research that talks about the benefits of lutein, zeaxanthin to the brain, and the fact that these protective compounds also serve to protect the tissues in our brain, and they're important for the visual processing centers in our brain. They also protect our skin. Because remember, it's not just our eyes that are damaged by ultraviolet light and blue light. Our skin is damaged. The major cause of wrinkling of our skin is sunlight, ultraviolet radiation. Lutein and zeaxanthin are concentrated in our skin, highly concentrated in our skin, in fact. Just so happens they're concentrated at levels 1,000 times higher in the macular region of our retina. That is because they are the optical pigments and they are the protective component because they absorb that damaging radiation. So it's a brilliant design, and if you look at astaxanthin, there's a great deal of research that talks about astaxanthin and heart health. And what's exciting about lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, all three of them, they really respond to the demands that we're now seeing in our vision, where we're doing all this close work, where we live in front of a computer monitor, we're looking at small print on a telephone, that we're spending so much time at one simple focal distance, when if we lived thousands of years ago, we were looking at things all around us. We were never simply focused at one little thing in front of us for 5, 8, 10, 15 hours in a row. The way we live is so challenging to our eyes and visual system. The way we eat doesn't offer them the protection or even the simple structural components they require. Lutein and zeaxanthin is literally a functional structural component. It is defined as the macular pigment. the macular pigment, lutein and zeaxanthin, the ingredients in this product. So, unfortunately, we don't get that from our diet. And if there's one great result I would hope from this show is that people eat fewer potatoes and eat more spinach or kale or broccoli or asparagus or even corn. Corn is a great source of lutein and a good source of zeaxanthin. So these are things that hopefully we will transition away. The most popular vegetable in America, what's the most popular vegetable in America?
I already know because you told us.
By far, the French fry. Not even just the potato, the French fry. And the French fry, to me, is just a fat and salt sponge. It's delicious because it is this carbohydrate fat sponge.
How do you say French fries in French?
Frites. Les frites.
Les frites.
Les pommes frites. Yeah. So, yes, that's how you say it. So
they really do have French fries there.
Yes, well, and the I was going to answer in French, but in Belgium and in France, they dispute who developed the original French fry.
No kidding.
In Belgium, they'd like to think that they...
It's the Belgium fry.
It's yes, les Belges. And if you're in France, they don't speak very kindly about the people from Belgium and vice versa.
Funny.
So they're very funny there.
Oh,
yes.
boy. Well, the point is that's the #1 vegetable in America, French fry.
And they're extremely high in calories. They're extremely low in any kind of nutrition. They're calorically dense, not nutrient dense. Things like spinach and kale and broccoli and asparagus and corn, and especially if you don't put a lot of other things on your corn, they're nutrient dense and not calorically dense. So that's the shift we need to make, and hopefully this product becomes that ever-present reminder. The smoothie that I make every other day that I make at home, because I make sort of a papaya smoothie one day, I make the berry smoothie the other. It's like a ton of blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, and black cherries. And then I put my Ultimate Whey protein powder in there, and I just put some water in. No juice, because juice is another thing. Eat the fruits and vegetables. Don't drink juice. You throw away all the good stuff when you drink juice. So there are so many opportunities with the information this product provides to be healthier. And what we're talking about here is more than just the health of your eyes in terms of long-term, but the health of your eyes and the quality of your vision now. And the quality of your vision really determines sort of the quality of your life. And in terms of driving, it also determines safety as well. So.
And we still have all the choices. That is the best news of all. We have a couple hundred left. I think Stephen told me 300 left in the largest bundle and 300 left in that medium bundle, whichever one you're choosing. The other sizes we do have available at this point, which is great because we want anybody. Andrew does his very best to make his today's special available all day to everybody who would like to order. Because he's here so infrequently, he visits us only 4 times a year, and because these are only one-day visits. You know, a lot of our guests come in and they visit for a long weekend. Andrew comes in, it's one day.
Just 3 shows.
Right, 3 shows. So that's why if a lot of you are seeing this for the first time, I would love to invite you to definitely try it now while we still have this great value, because the price will be going up at midnight.
Yeah, I prefer not to take advantage of your attention. That I think health is something that's sometimes a little bit difficult to focus on, and I don't want to feel like I'm browbeating anyone into focusing on their health. This is something that's easy to do.